As you can see, my computer is gone. I had to send it in because my Intel Optane memory SSD boosting, something like that, messed with my hard drive, so my hard drive disappeared. Meaning I've been a little bit busy trying to contact them to get my PC back to start working on some more LumaFusion tutorials, because I got some secrets and that's why I need my PC. So, but welcome back to my channel, and in this video we're gonna talk about the glitch effect that you saw in my previous videos and how to make them. So let's jump into LumaFusion. So once we're in LumaFusion, we start by making our first project. Once we made our first project, we go ahead and we find a clip that we want to make the glitch effect to. So it doesn't really matter which type of clip that you find, because you're only gonna make the effect or the transition. Well, let's call it effect because it is an effect, but you can make it into a transition, which I'm gonna cover later in this video. So it doesn't matter what type of footage that you find. You can even find a photo, it doesn't matter, but it looks better when you have it on a video file. I'm gonna use this clip of the beach. I'm just gonna go ahead and turn this around, and I'm also gonna detach the sound from this video. So once all that is done, the next thing you do is you can just watch through the clip if you want to do that, or you can skip over to the effect right away. So let's move over to the effect. We're gonna start by zooming into the clip, and then we're gonna cut out a piece of 20 frames, which we always do in my tutorials. So once we cut a tiny piece of 20 frames from the clip that we just imported, we can start by double tapping or tap once and then go to edit. Once we're inside of edit, we go to color and effects, and we're gonna look for glass distort. Once we apply the glass distort, the next thing we do is basically play around with the effect. And this effect is what we're going to use to make the glitch effect and the glitch transition. So let's start by zooming in and scaling the glass distort transition or the glass distort effect a little bit. I'm going to start by changing the width and changing the scale, and also changing the angle a little bit. And you can see now that we got some cool effects to the clip. So once we found the desired scale, angle, width or blend, and the rotation and all that we want to start the effect with, we simply make our first key mark. Let's say this is a good starting point, and I want to use this as a starting point. So I made the first keyframe, as you can see here, and that will leave the effect to be like it is right now. So we're gonna move one frame or a couple of frames, then we're gonna change the scale, angle and width of the glass distort, and then we get a different look to the effect. So we go a couple of more frames, and we constantly keep on changing the scale, angle, width of the glass distort. And as we change them, we keep on adding new keyframes and more keyframes and more keyframes. As I said before, making this 20 frame clip cut into the big clip that we just imported is not necessary if you want a longer glitch. So let's say, for instance, if you don't want this to be 20 frames only and you want it to be 40 frames, that's fine. You just have to play around with the glass distort and to make the glitch effect. And you can also, as I will cover later in this video, we will also be able to use this as a transition. But if you want to make it longer, it's the same principle of what you see right now. The only thing you do is you make it longer, you make it maybe 40 frames, and then you can add even more keyframes to your footage or to your clip that you just cut out. But let's stick with this. This is 20 frames. All my presets, all my transitions, everything is 20 frames. or I make it 40 frames, but making it 40 frames means that I cut out 2 pieces and I render that file. So I get one file and then I have the effect or the transition applied to that one. You can see that in my previous videos as well when it comes to my other transition, my 7 transition pack. So go watch that one if you want a little bit of insight on how my transitions are made. So let's move over. Once we are done with adding all the keyframes and changing the scale, angle and width of the glass distort effect, we have something like this. That looks pretty cool, and we can also add some sound effects to it as well. I have some glitch sounds that will be coming soon. It will not come in this video. I will have a sound effect pack coming soon, which will include up to 50 sound effects if you are interested in that, so stay tuned. We want to make it more smooth. It just feels like it's only the pixels showing up, but we want a smooth effect to it. So what we do now is we go into the clip again, and then we go to this little curved circle, and then we go down to wide and we add wide. And what we do here is we make the radius to maximum and we can change the scale. So by changing the scale up and down, we can easily add some width to the footage and it looks a lot better right away. So let's go back and let's take a look at the effect once more. You can see that it looks a lot better right away. So if you want to bump this up a notch, the next thing you can do is you go into the clip and into edit and then color and effects, and you can add this new LumaFusion thermal color. And if you add that one, you will see that everything will go to more or less blue-green-ish. But what you have to do is to blend it up and down a little bit, making keyframes. Some are not blended and make some that are totally blended and some in between. And by making keyframes like this, you will have the effect look like this. But for some, that might be a little bit too cartoonish when it comes to like the blue and green color-ish into the glitch, and most people don't want that. So what you can do is you can play around with colors, you can add them to your color and effects, and you can simply save the preset if you want to keep it, and we're gonna come back to that soon. And then when you apply it the next time, you can simply just remove the thermal, or you can just unchecking by clicking on the eye. Let's move over to the transition side of this glitch effect. How do we make it into a transition? Well, this is really simple. The thing you have to do if you're going to make this into a transition effect is to clone the clip that you just made the glitch effect to. So let's go on and clone that clip. That clip will jump right on top of the other one, and what you do now is you go to the first clip and you delete all the effects that you applied. The next thing you do is you go into the bottom clip, you double tap on the bottom clip, and then you go to fit and frame, then you go to cropping and you play around with the corner radius and the edge softness, and you can also crop it down from left, top, right or bottom. This is a new feature that LumaFusion just implemented into their new update. It's a nice feature. It's not the feature that I will use a lot, but it's still there. It's good to have in some cases. So what you can do is just play around with this one to find your preferred settings, or you can just leave it there and not touch it at all. But in this tutorial we're gonna play around. We're just gonna change some edge softness and corner radius, and then we're gonna just move it a little bit. The next thing you do is you can take a look at it if you want to, and the next thing you do is you go to the center of the bottom clip that you just have, not the one that you cloned on top, but the other one which is beneath that one, and you cut it at the center. Once you cut this clip at the center, you can delete the clip to the right. Once you delete that clip, or you can do as I do and just replace it with a new clip and use a new clip duration. So once you've done that, then you will have the transition glitch file on top of these two clips. What we can do now is we can cut it right at the end of the first clone clip that we have. So the next thing we can do is we can go into cropping and we can play around with the cropping on this footage as well. But you don't have to do that. So if you don't want to do that, we can go out and we can just cut this clip, we can play back and you can see what it looks like. If you don't want to go into cropping, that's fine, you don't have to do it. It won't have a big impact on your transition because this is a transition that lasts for 20 frames. So it's a transition which is fairly fast. So let's take a look at the final result. So that's how you make this awesome glitch effect and transition in LumaFusion. But now let's move over to how do you save this effect. How do you save it so you can use it every time you make a new video? So let's move over to the clip. So double tap or tap once and go to edit, and then you get into color and effects. And once you're inside color and effects, you can see that you have glass distort, you have wide, and you have thermal. You can remove the thermal or do whatever you want with the thermal, and that's all up to you. You see the star with the plus sign in the middle of it. You tap on that one and you will get save effect presets. Type in whatever name that you want it to be. I personally like to name my presets at the beginning, starting with the amount of frames that is required for this transition or this effect. So we're gonna start by naming it 20. And it's a glitch effect, so we're gonna name it 20 glitch effect tutorial. And once you're done, you can tap on done, and then you tap on the star with the plus sign inside of it once again, and then your preset gets saved. So now we save the preset. Let's move over and make a 20 frame cut and apply it once more. So once we made the 20 frame cut, we go into edit and then color and effects, and we'll look for 20 frame or 20 glitch effect tutorial. Now let's play back and see what it looks like. And that's how you make this awesome glitch effect in LumaFusion. You can also play around with the glass distort to make a unique look to every single glitch effect that you want to make for the future videos. So I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. That's how you make the awesome glitch effect that you saw in this tutorial and my previous video. I will make some different glitch effects and also some pure transitions that you can apply to your video footage as well. These transitions and these effects will be added amongst some other transitions and effects that we'll put into a big pack of 20 to 30 transitions and effects pack. This pack will cost $1, and the way you get this pack is by donating $1. So by donating $1, you get a total of 20 to 30 transitions and effects that you can use in LumaFusion. Some of them you can use in Premiere Pro and Final Cut, I guess, as well, but they are mostly made for LumaFusion. So by donating $1 and saying that you want the transition pack and the effect pack, is the way to go. Once you've done that, I will make a different video for this, so you don't have to donate anything now if you don't want to, but for the transition pack I will make a new video and I will either upload it to Dropbox for you or to Google Drive so you get the best quality footage. And also, if you have seen the animated intro that I made in LumaFusion, you can get that animated intro for only $1 as well. This is live now, so you can donate $1 and you can type the name that you want in the transition. And as you've seen, this transition reveals the text and then takes it back and then reveals another text or a logo or anything like that. So you have to type two things that you want in your animated logo. If you want two types of text, or if you want one with text and one with your logo. So my email is in the info box on YouTube, so you can go there and you can email me anything that you are wondering about, and I will answer you right away. And once again, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you like what I do. You can also make a small donation. It's really appreciated. Every single donation is appreciated. And also don't forget to smash that notification bell and give this video a big thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace!